All right, welcome to the stream. We are live. Today, gonna go kill some stuff in Kael. Still got some faction to earn, so gonna kill some giants and stuff. There's no good giants. Deserve to be killed. Kael. There. All right. I'm trying some royalty-free music this time around. I've got some classical music playing. I had a bunch of videos that were okay on Twitch, and then I tried uploading them on YouTube, and they just had like a bunch of copyright strikes and stuff, so that's no good. That's really annoying. There's like some new feature they have where they can mute just the music but keep the other audio. Some beta feature where like you just press the button and it tries to process the video by editing out the music. I'll just see if it works. It's taken a long time. I clicked it on one video and it's been like an hour and it still hasn't done like one song, so I don't know how practical it is, but we shall see. So, classical music it is. The only thing with classical music though is that the volume varies a lot because they those composers, they sure like to vary the audio to get that feel of songs really being dynamic. Those composers, they will love to make it quiet and then loud. So we gotta get a pit. Gotta go wander around here, get a pit. Do I have a taller robe? I don't. Alright. Well, actually, no. Yarn said that even his Russian pop bullshit gets striked, so it's not safe. I thought I played a bunch of like very old school atmospheric drum and bass, and Twitch is okay with it, so I've got no strikes on Twitch. However, on YouTube, as soon as I uploaded it, it was just like 4 or 5 songs in a video just got striked, and I'm like, ugh, gross. So it's different. The Twitch stream and YouTube is different. I did find a bunch of like royalty-free things where they talk about specifically about royalty-free music, but I'll see how we go. These are different guards. Yep, I went through here yesterday and none of these were diet charmable, so I had to go through quite deep, try to find a pet. So I'll just try it again with these new guards. Uh-oh. Rock, Shaggy. These guards, eh? Don't slow them. This guy. Oof. Don't have my spells, man. Let's see. Wake, blanket. During amnesia. Oop. Asta with 5 defense skill does not tank too well. Hey, we'll just listen to some nice classical music. It's very soothing, very nice. Did this work? Yep. So, Soviet era Russian music is not safe. And drum and bass is not safe, but maybe playing specifically called royalty-free music will surely be safe. Yeah, that's right, walk away. Did you see our little Ring 10 event that we did earlier in the day, Powers? Sweet. Wellix and I have been trying to see if we could do the Ring 10 event. Just for the two of us. And the answer is yes. Managed to do it. It was quite fun. Got a bit hairy a little bit. But we did it. The good thing about doing it with less people is that it doesn't take any longer or shorter or anything like that. It's a timed event, so it takes about the same. The only thing was the Narandi kill, of course, was a little bit more tricky. We had a missed heal, and there was a heal landing on Beck, and it didn't land, and he died on Narandi. So I got a little bit sketchy there, but okay. We managed to salvage it. Got a little bit exciting right at the end. Oh my god, why are these all too high? They'll suck. Fish. Maybe I'll just ignore these. Well, I mean, it's RNG, right? So you could get lucky and you could get it to drop right away, or not. It's easy just to get the Silk Robe, definitely. We've got one already. I had one, and Lamia got one. She was in the arena and hunting some stuff, so we've got both the robes covered. Easy peasy. Just need to get faction, which is what I'm doing now. And then we'll be good. No, getting to 57 is definitely not easier for that. Not with all these nerfs, man. It's like, you know how hard it is to level new characters. God, it sucks. Sucks ass. looking at some of these genres on Twitch. There's Latin trap music. I wonder what that's like. Let's see. Oh, explicit lyrics. God, that's not gonna be very nice. Yeah, cool, man. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Get some rest. Don't work too hard. We'll see you on a raid sometime. I think we've got a raid tomorrow or something, Sleeper's Tomb. Get some primals, get some good stuff. Whoa, this music's getting cray-cray. Huh. Alright. Let's kill these punk-ass giants. Oh, I don't need faction on the cleric. What am I doing? Don't need tag faction hits. Save me a click. Do what my pet hits for. Oh yeah, nice. 149 hits, that's pretty good. Had some good DPS. My guildies are just giving me some shit. They're watching a stream and they asked, where's the button to tip a topless dance? See, Jonathan is doing a mess group buff at the Grand Librarian over in POK. You gotta get up the left, that's the challenge. He always does these MGBs in weird spots. Sometimes he does it in like umbral planes outside of Big Style, and he's like, come along for MGB buffs, and you're like, dude, I can't even get there. But hey, good on him for spicing it up. None of this boring Dark Bank stuff. You gotta travel. You want your buffs, you gotta travel. Oops. Guess it's one way to level up defensive on your crappy ults. These guys are pretty good. You just kill them en masse. They die pretty easily, and they're about 5 or 10 faction pop. So it's the quickest way I've seen to work up 30th infection. There's no bosses or anything you can kill to get a big faction hit for Coldain. You gotta just chip away at it with these lobby giants, but at least you can kill them pretty quick. They're not very tough. Fortunately, they don't drop anything. Don't get any armor. But whatevs. the point of going for buffs if you just fall and lose them all? Well, don't fall. Don't fall off the lift, bro. It's pretty funny if you get like MGB buffs and then you just suicide. I'm here for knowledge. Ultimate wisdom. You just die and fall to your death. Congrats, you have now ascended. So I recently got the ego buff, so I think a good timer if I want to get the faction would be if my buff wears off, then I think we'll be done. That's about 2 hours. I don't think I need that much faction, but it should get into kindly or warmly. I only need kindly to get the quest stuff. And we'll get a little bit of EXP. So this guy, he's only level 50. This guy's level 49, so these characters need some EXP. So this is like a nice little slow way to grind while working that faction. Primary purpose for this is not EXP, it's just getting that faction. So whatever little experience we get is gonna be it. We'll just accept it and we'll love it. Even though we're going in Kael towards the area where the plate cycle happens, we're not going to do the plate cycle because it's not a very good faction. It's used for the Coldain ring. It gives you a chance of armor drops. However, the faction hits are not any different than these lobby giants, and they're a lot harder to kill. The mobs are a lot tougher. Some of the last mobs are level 60 and stuff, and it's kind of intended to be a group encounter. So there's no point in doing it if it just gives you the same amount of faction. I tested it out and it was the same faction, so it's no point. Thanks. It was... He hit me for a 184, but I successfully dodged it, so... Wait, hold on. Hold on. Someone's telling lies. Maybe it was a double hit and I dodged one of them. Alright, get some fat loots. I think this range item is an upgrade. This 2 AC, 6 strength. Yeah. Pretty good. So this enchanter that I'm killing stuff with, he killed Dane quite a few times. So his faction was max scowling. Back, I don't know, would be a year and a half ago now. So I've done a little bit of sporadic hunting to boost my Coldain faction. But maybe after years of trying to repair it, maybe I'll be back into non-KOS. We shall see. It'll be nice. It's quite handy because if you need a character to like buff you during like a Coldain war or something, it's nice to have an enchanter that can get there and not be kill on sight. Oh yeah, maybe I'll give this helmet to my pets. Give it a boost. Alright, black skeleton. Boom, done. Nice on the competing MGB. So Jonathan did a MGB at the library, and then Nyashan did an MGB at the bank, like the boring old-fashioned way. He's rebelling against the exotic MGBs. That was a nice stun. This guy complete heals, but maybe if we beat Kaiten, then he might not. I think I've snared him. Is there gonna be enough time? Nope. Nope. Didn't work. Too slow, too slow. So, I wonder if Fear interrupts complete heal. Let's see. Yeah. Take that. That's pretty good. So you can interrupt giants by fearing them. That's pretty good. Oh no, we've got... Yeah, maybe we'll give this Yeah, we'll give this pet a royal blood, and then if someone kills it later on, they'll be like, what the hell? Yeah, cool. That should work. The XP is moving slowly. I was at 73, I think, so now I'm at 78. It'd be nice to get level 51 by the end of this if I can. Maybe that can be my metric. Maybe I'll keep killing until I get to 51. At level 51, you get to use a whole heap more items. There's a bunch of Kazakh Thul. So Kazakh Thul is revamped on this server, and all the loot has a required level 51. Some of it is pretty decent. There's like a nice belt, a nice mask, a few okay pieces that have a required level of 51, so once you're done, you take advantage of that. And they're all really cheap in the bazaar because they're not really twink items. Like, people that twink usually want items that don't have a requirement. So these items are just like super cheap because nobody can really sell them. I said level 51, you can do the Chardok ring quests. That's the Dzok Signet of Service. They're really good. Couple of rings you can get. You can get a like a 65 hit point, 50 mana ring as the first ring, and the second ring is like 85 hit points or 80 hit points or something like that. It's really, really good, and the quest is quite easy. It's not very contested at the moment. The Angry Goblin is a 3-day spawn, but you can usually find him up, which enables you to just rock on up and get the quest done. And then if you feel like it, on some classes where it's worth it, you can do the Erect Chord. It's good for melees. It's good for like Enchanter, Necro, Druid, Shaman. Because it's got Aura of Battle, it's got a regeneration component. So, like it. And it's got 100 hit points. It's really good for melees or anybody that needs hit points, or like a cleric, so like an Enchanter. Probably not a cleric. Or a wizard, you wouldn't really get it on a wizard. You need the mana on a wizard. Same with cleric, you want mana. But yeah, it's good for any melee. It's good for tank until you get something better. Nice, this is actually quite good for my little guy. And do a shoulder item maybe. Or this face, shoulder, arms, or wrist. Pretty silver dragon tattoo. I'm wearing like a face item on my shoulder. Crazy. Alright, I just realized why the EXP is not that good. It's because of Dire Charm. So, one of my pets, the werewolf, he's actually a Dire Charmed pet, which means that he takes like 50% of the EXP. Since our primary purpose here is to get faction, that doesn't matter. But it just means that EXP is not as good as it could be. These characters are low, and characters are low and they would love the EXP, but we're not going to stress it. Hey, nice. What up, buddy? Sweet. Got some company. Alright, let's give it some buffs. Sick. What up, Nasham? How you doing, buddy? You've got an invite on the druid. Okay, sweet. Just give me that 4% bonus. Nice. Did you need some faction as well? Did you take some faction hits? So we just kind of go and clear towards the east and west zone line. Well, yeah, I'm trying to get faction for the cleric. Sorry, not the cleric, the necro. The cleric has faction. I did cleric, a different cleric's faction yesterday. These stairs. It's like they're made for giants or something. My friend has a good rogue weapon. I can't remember if you got the one from Curse. The Curse cycle, that's a really, really awesome rogue one-hand piercer. I just want him to link it if he's got it. Yeah, cool. Link your fat rogue piercer, yo.
Fizzle.
Yeah, that's the one. Nice. Check this out. So good. It's the best one you can get. Best bang for buck. $16.20, got armor class, got dexterity, 125 hit points. You've got a proc that lowers aggro, and of course the backstab modifier, 15%. Very nice. Alright, back down we go towards the moat area. Stuff should just be respawning. But that's pretty much it. We've cleared all the stuff to the top. Just around the corner is the Eastern Wastes zone line, so there's no more giants left. And all these give the same faction. I think they're all 5 faction a hit, and they're like super easy to kill. So this is why this is good. You just do the little Eastern Wastes area, and you just get it maxed out pretty quick. So this stuff, yep, sweet. See over here, this guy's respawned. Yeah. There's a few giants in the houses, but I don't know. Yeah, stuff's not respawned yet. Let's go to the houses. I don't know how big of a faction hit they are. I didn't test them. I don't know if the Frost Giant Commoner is the same as like a Watcher or a Lieutenant or something like that, but probably safe to assume that it is. But these guys are super easy to kill. Just getting some text. Girlfriend's wishing me and get well soon, and she came around dressed like a babushka, brought me some lemons, and now she's sending me these memes of babushkas from Russia with the scarf over their heads. Reminds me of the motherland. Yes, it's good. Yeah, we'll just kill all these guys. Pretty good. There's a few weird giants here somewhere. There's a few like named ones or something. Slide the trainer or some shit. I don't know if these guys. Yeah, no, they're weird. I don't know if you can kill them. I don't think they move. Yeah, see? They're like resistant and ephemerid. I don't know what they're up to, probably some private party. Okay, I think we're good. Now we can go back and go towards the moat area. Yep, this guy's just respawned, the Jundon.
Fizzle.
Two of these, hope you're ready. It's gonna be tough. Call for heals. I think one just spawned as I pulled this guy, so we might get two. Yep, there it is. Oh. Pull this guy, give you a heal. This is my best hit point buff that I've got. It's resolution. It's keeping it classic. Actually, I wonder if the EXP is better now, despite you being level 60.
Fizzle.
The fact that you are probably doing about the same DPS as my pet. Maybe the lack of Dire Charm EXP penalty is gonna make it go quicker. It's like the 4-person bonus plus lack of Dire Charm EXP penalty. That might be good. The rogue get left behind. Run here slowly with my run 0 speed. Yeah, there should be some respawns on top of us. There we go. Let's go. Ooh, nice critical. Look at that. 900. Stab. I do like rogue crits. If you get a crit backstab, you can get like pretty nice hits. Over 1,000. You get a good one. Rogues are going to be great in Planes of Power. Everything has a much lower armor class, so they're going to be doing max hits or close to max hits quite often, especially if you've got nice attack armor. like from Style, and if you get some of the elemental planes armor, it's got really, really nice attack stats on it, and the armor class of the monsters in PvP is much lower. They went a bit overboard. In Lachlan, I think they dialed up the armor class notch too high, and they had like a design decision where they were like, well, do we either keep increasing armor class and make it just like completely impossible, you know, or anyone that doesn't have full planes of power gear to hit anything in planes of power, or do we like dial it back a notch and just kind of go back to like a baseline, you know, like with Mudflation, they keep increasing the hit point numbers, but with armor class, the equation wouldn't really make sense. I think if you kept increasing it, then like the number of attack you'd have to have in Planes of Power or 1 or 2, 3 expansions later would just be so high that anything earlier, like Kuna, Cabelius, Lachlan, etc., would just be like become trivialized by the amount of attack you'd have to have. So they kind of decided that like, oh, hit points make sense, but armor class doesn't make sense to keep raising, so they dialed it back, I believe, and in future expansions, everything kind of has, I don't know, like Valius level armor class instead of Lachlan armor class. Lachlan, they got a bit carried away, I think. The devs were like, make the number higher. No, not like that. So that's why if you're geared for Lachlan, you're pretty good in Planes of Power. You're gonna do very well.
Fizzle.
It's more fun to hit monsters in melee in Planes of Power. It's much more viable. They balanced it better because due to high armor class, the wizards were just much more powerful as you mitigate all that armor class. So you kind of had this balance of like melee damage and spells. And then in Lachlan, as you can see by the raids, the wizards and stuff and the nukers were just doing so much more damage because of the whole mitigation aspect of it, so they just dialed it back down in PvP to make the melees compete with casters, because casters were just, you know, too powerful. All the casters were like, what's up, my nuke's slain for full every time, you mad? And the rogue is like backstabbing for 120 minimum damage. There'll be a little delay between the next mobs because we killed the two named, the two brothers, the Klagan Ice Shard and Bogan Ice Shard. They were killed last clear, so that means it's going to be a little bit of a delay. Little intermission, we can do a little dance. And we're just plowing through these guys. Must be the Necropet. I think that's definitely it. Where did you leave your druid? When we leave here, all my guys can port out, but is your druid nearby? Can you port yourself out, or do you have means? You ask us if you're typing, that's very polite. Are you typing, honey? Don't want to distract you from your chatting to your friends. It's good. Yeah, pretty good. The XP 85%. Maybe I'll get to 51 after all. That'd be nice. That would be cool. You unlock all sorts of magical abilities at 51. You get access to some quests, and you get access to the Kazakh armor. Excuse me. Might have to have a little bit of an early night tonight. I'll do a few more cycles of this faction, and that should top me up enough, and then I just go to sleep. See if I can recover from this annoying little cold. The man flu. The man flu. Kind of funny how you see the alliance chat on one character but not the others. Ah, okay. That's one way to make it work. Cool. Pretty good. Just refresh your channel listing. It updates the chat. There we go. Learn something new today. I knew that if you type something in the chat, it will refresh it. But you don't want to, sometimes you don't want to type something in the chat. You don't want to be like, hey everybody. Hey everybody. If I get Elysian arms or something, I think I need those. Yeah, if this guy drops, let's see. Oh. Yeah, I need arms and braces. Yeah, I need 2 braces and 1 arms. That's the empty slots. Oh, and I need something better than a fine steel morning star in the primary slot. I'll keep an eye out for that. My friend has a little lobby druid that he started to play, but he had complete garbage here. So I'm just trying to loot some rotting crap for him. The Elysian Gnome was actually quite nice. Can't remember if there's one more spawn here. Ah, yes, there is. Yoshka, Blackfist. He sounds Russian, that's for sure. Yoshko. He's got anything good? Yeah. Mask of Melodation or something. Okay. Oh, we've got better. Oh, thanks, man. Glad you liked it. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We tried it a few times. One time we got very close. We got to the last wave, but we just got overwhelmed. So the key is to stagger the incoming mobs. Basically, you gotta like constantly be, oh, oops, missed a mob. You gotta constantly be like trying to split the giants, pull in 2 or 3 at a time. But it's good fun. It's a good little event. I quite like that Luckland event. It's a well-designed little, yeah, little event. We've done it with like 3, 4, 5 people, quite common, but 2 people was the next step. I don't think you can do it with any less. You just need the bodies. Like it's a matter of having enough tanks to absorb all the giant hits so that dwarves can do the DPS. Because if you don't have enough people, then dwarves and the giants fight. Like the giants attack the dwarves and just kill them straight up, which is not what you want. You gotta save all the dwarves. So the key is really to have enough like meat shields. So you want like plate tanks and stuff. Even clerics can tank. And then try to live, basically. Try to like heal yourself so you survive the onslaught. And and make it so that you don't get all 10 giants at once, because if you get all 10 at once, then it gets really, really nasty really quickly. And yeah, it's pretty good fun. One of those events that you're like an hour and a half in, you know? Then it gets really tough with the last waves. So you have this big investment of an hour and a half of time only to, you know, fail at the very end. It can kind of be a little bit annoying, but that's the risk. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Glad you liked it. Got a bit scary at the end when the main tank died. That was not expected. We just missed a CH. Wait. Nail biter. It's like the Olympics, you know? On the very last lap, you get the guy trips over and he's gonna make it. You know, those bike races where they all fall over. Some spectators in the way and then all the bikes crash. And then we almost ran out of mana as well. We were like pretty low there. The cleric was like less than 20% mana at the end. Okay, this lieutenant can drop loot, so kill it. Finish this skeleton, yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. Nice. Yeah, exactly, they suck. You know it. I don't think I have anything in the pants slot anyway. I can just put on the this. Oh, it doesn't even have any stats. I thought I'd get like 2 armor class or something out of it, but it's got literally 0 stats. Zif1, do you play on the EQMX server, the emulator server, TAKP? Or do you play on like B99 or something? Don't know where you might have found this stream. If you're a fellow TAKP player, or if you just watching for streams. Oh, cool, man. Welcome. Welcome to the server. That's awesome. I love seeing new players. It's great. It's very fun starting out. I mean, it's a bit daunting when you start on a server fresh, but it's kind of fun because everything's an upgrade. You know, you're like hunting in some dungeon or like in Sibyllus or something, and you get some random drop and you're like, yeah, equip it. Or doing like Sky Shrine armor or something like that. Everything's an upgrade. It's great. Everything's exciting. What level are your characters? What did you get up to in your 2 months playing? I think it took me... First time I started here back in 2016, I think. I think it took me like 6 months to get to level 60, so just pace yourself. So if you're here for... Yeah, cool. I was gonna say if you're here for 2 months and you got to like level 30, 40-ish, that's doing pretty good. But I guess the MGB buffs help. Back in my day, we didn't have MGB buffs. We had to level with rusty swords. One thing that does help here is the bazaar. It's quite accessible and relatively cheap. If you kill hill giants, or if you got like fine steel weapons, or if you maybe do some trade skill stuff, like for example do the spider silks or celestial essence, or maybe heady keolas, you can make quite a bit of plat and basically afford all your gear quite nicely. Like you only need a few hundred platinum to get, you know, an item in a slot that's actually quite good. And especially once you get to 51, you get access to those Kazakh full revamp items, and they go for really cheap because people can't give them to lobby characters, and usually people, when they get to 50, sometimes they have better, so the items are usually sold for quite cheap because they're not twink items. I'd look into mosquito hide belt. That's a good one. It's like 100 plate on the bazaar, and it's got awesome stats. There's also a mask, of course, you know, slime boots and all that stuff, but that's premium. It's premium loots. Hey, yeah, cool, man. Welcome, Deafened. Yeah, we love the TAKP styles. Oh wait, I went too far. Yep, we love the little EQemulator server. I'm just killing here, getting some faction in. Very good faction Kael for Thurgoden, killing the bearded giants, which will give me Coldain faction. I've got a couple of new characters here, and they need Thurgoden faction so I can do the armor quests. Where are you from? Do you play on P99 or anything like that, or do you play live on the progression servers or anything like that? Maybe even a different game. Those things exist. No, don't have to box. There's a few people in our guild who don't box. Sometimes they add another character later if they feel like it, but you can get by fine not boxing. People will always accept you in the groups because of the EXP bonus. I'm not sure if you're aware, but we have a funky little Legacy of Yukesha broken EXP mechanic where 4 people in the group will actually give you more EXP than 3 people in the group. So anyone with 3 boxes will always welcome a 4th. Yeah, exactly. 4th and 5th will give you a nice bonus, so you can always just advertise that. Plus people will, you know, get some company. What class do you play? Do you play a melee or a caster? Usually people will love DPS if you're like a rogue or something, or a monk. Oh yeah, enchanters. Yeah, that's my favorite class back in the day. My very first character was a warrior, and then I got to like level 50 and I was doing the planes, like Plane of Hate and stuff, and it just kind of sucked because you literally couldn't do anything on your own. You were completely 100% dependent on everyone as a warrior. And plus, you know, we were noobs, we had wrong gear selection, so I had like terrible items. So everything just kind of kicked your ass. And then I started playing on a different server. A friend of mine asked me to come join him on another server, so I started fresh. And then he said, "Come play an enchanter. We need enchanters. Like, I don't know if you need them for raiding or for grouping or something." So I started up an enchanter, and I just loved it ever since. It was really fun because you could actually solo, like truly solo. You could jump things, and you had the little runes, and then you could like levitate yourself with air illusion and that kind of stuff. So you would be hunting things even though you didn't have J boots. Like for example, you could still run around like the specters in an ocean of tears because you could levitate. It helped you get around terrain quicker and that kind of stuff. So I was like, oh man, this class is great. It's so versatile. And you could also do cool illusion tricks. You could pacify things and invis yourself and that kind of stuff. So just love the enchanter. And when I started here, my first trio was enchanter, cleric, and druid. So snare and ports and spirit of wolf on the druid, and then cleric and enchanter for the charm killing and stuff. So pretty good fun. Yeah, melees are very expensive to start. Like if it's your first character and it's a melee, it's gonna suck because you are completely gear dependent and you have no way of getting gear because you're reliant on other people and you can't fight naked or anything like that, and you have no way of getting money or anything like that, so you can't afford good gear. I didn't start my melees until my normal guys got to level 60. Oh, I'm not sure what Ultima Online did. I remember that game. I had a friend who played it back in the Quake days. We'd play Quake and then he'd also play Ultima Online. That was the first big MMO. But I don't know if the official servers are still going on that one or if it's just private servers. And oh yeah, they got classic versions. Nice. I do like it how there was that World of Warcraft Legends server, the one that was emulating classic, and it was like hugely popular. And then of course bloody Blizzard shuts down because it's like infringing on my IP, and yeah, that kind of sucked. And then everyone obviously wanted it, so then they put in WoW Classic or whatever. Cool. like custom content and stuff. Because there's a few custom servers here. Have you heard of Shards of Dahlia? That's a really popular completely custom content. So they reuse all the elements of EQ, all the player models, all the monster models and stuff, but they just give everything a different name, and they give the items different stats and stuff. So it's all called custom, but it just looks like the old zones. It's really cool. It's very popular. It's been going around forever. I think like probably 15 years now. Oh, cool. Nice. Is it easily customizable? I'm not too familiar with the mod scene in Ultima Online. I know it's probably not going to be like, I don't know, StarCraft or something, but... or like Duke Nukem or something. But I assume you can reuse all the models and stuff and just have different database stats and stuff on items and monster names and abilities. Wow. 2100 online on average. That's insane. That is so crazy. It's so cool seeing people love the nostalgic experience, because there's just something so pure about it. You know, all these like new games, they're too hand-holding. There's like no consequences, you know, you like die, you just respawn with all your stuff, or there's tutorials and it just guides your hand too much. Everything's, you know, you play through a story that you can't control yourself. It's all like fixed. You have to go through this movie, whereas old school games are just gonna throw you in this open world and it's like, good luck, figure it out, have fun. Okay, cool. UI mods, nice. Cool. That sounds nice. Do they have like a big development team to keep it all up to date and make new content and stuff? That's pretty fun.
Fizzle.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great, man. I love that Ultima Online's also got a big EQemulator following. That's great. Everyone's just like reliving their nostalgia experience. These like 30 and 40-year-old men that I just want to be a teenager again. I just want to play my game from 25 years ago. Yeah, Lazarus, that sounds familiar. I haven't checked that out. I know there was also EverQuest, like Project EverQuest Classic. I don't know what happened with that. I think they were gonna release it, but they might have run into some intellectual property decisions. Like restrictions, like the Sony might have cracked down on it. I'm not sure what happened, because they wanted to recreate absolutely everything perfect, and it was progressing pretty well, but then it just kind of died off, so... Yeah, cool. There's that Linux site that gives you all the emulator server populations. It doesn't have all the emu servers, but it's got a big list of them. That's quite cool. You can see like EQ Reborn and some other stuff. Definitely nice to see people enjoying the classic content. Like, this server's been going for 6 years now, and it's not even at the last expansion. So once POP comes out, hopefully this year, I think the idea is that it might be finished this year. They're on the last zones, plenty of time. Seems to be progressing quite well. So if that gets released this year, that means development will be finished, you know, except for bugs and that kind of stuff. But as far as all the content is concerned, should be finished. There may need to be some tweaks and adjustments and bug fixes and that sort of stuff. But I think the idea is that when it's finished, they'll release the project source code so people can go spin up their own emulator servers. So I hope the server stays around for a long time, but if it doesn't, then its legacy through the source code will at least live on for a very long time. So I think this server's intention is basically rebalancing. They are fixing some of the bugs, so there's some obvious like exploits that you can do with like the Shadow Knight and the Permapessy, and there's a few tricks and exploits that you can do that abuse the game mechanics. So this server is trying to be true to the look and feel of the expansions, but they do want to fix the bugs. So they're going to rebalance some of the content. For example, in Planet Time, some of the items that we had were broken. Like the itemization wasn't finished. It was like in an alpha state. So I think the devs will recreate that and fix it. And also the final boss, Quarum, he wasn't really killable. So they're going to like balance it and fix it up. So this server is basically I'd probably prefer the fixing, like having broken content. It's, you know, like something that's really, really OP. Oh, Eraser class, that's a good question. Ixar Necro OP, they're pretty fun. Yeah, Ixar Necro is great. I've got one, and my friend has one. They're not that good at the moment, but apparently in Planes of Power, there's a few places where they can just dominate. Look at this little Necro just getting crunched. I get you, right. That's pretty cool. Someone was like, hang on, why don't we make it better? Why do we have to like make it 1-for-1? Why don't we try to make it better? And everyone's like, what? You're allowed to do that? Is that legal? Yeah, because you can, you know, like thoughtfully make custom content. It doesn't always have to be like, we're gonna turn this into some kind of Diablo clone where you have one character that's super powerful and can just solo everything and YOLO it up and we'll give you a rocket launcher. You can actually like just balance it slightly differently. We're gonna combine Ultima Online with Duke Nukem, and now you can have like shrink rays and proximity mines. One thing I remember from Ultima Online is there was that video where it was like some big event, and then one of the devs jumped in the game. Then people like PK'd him or something. Someone figured out how to like set the whole place on fire and just kill him. I may not have the full story on that one, but I remember that was a lull moment in Ultima Online history. Yeah, Lord British. Funny stuff. Just cracked me up. I didn't have the background of, you know, like the game mechanics, but it just looked hilarious. You know, this guy trying to be like, oh, hello, I'm talking to you about some stuff. Hey, why is everyone killing me? I was like, you like to get PK'd, bitch? Welcome to Ultima Online. Yep. Yeah, EQ development really changed. I think when World of Warcraft launched and they started to go for like instance raids and that kind of stuff, it all went a little bit downhill. It lost the personal touch. You could tell when the game switched from like thoughtful items to just spreadsheet items, where they would just plug in stats from the previous expansion and they would just, you know, like go plus 13%. And all the items would just 13% more AC and hit points and stuff, instead of having really unique effects and stuff you had to think about, stuff that wasn't just an obvious upgrade. It wasn't just, you know, you just go into this tier 4 zone instead of the tier 3 zone, and then all your items are upgradable and have plus 10 more, you know, stats. Whereas in Planes of Power, compared to the style loot, you actually had to think about it. You had to be like, oh, do I want this focus effect? Or do I want this item with slightly better resists? Do I want this item with attack? Or do I want like a mana pres item? It was like thoughtful loot selection. That's what I liked. And sometimes, you know, you'd have one item that was like 3 expansions old that just had a special effect on it that you just still used. Whereas right now it just feels like, you know, just spreadsheeted, templated kind of stuff. You have your tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 armor, and you just progress. And all the Defiant armor, and it's just like, ugh, just water it all down. And then, yeah, all the instances and mercenaries, and it just made it a bit too casual. I do like the brutality of this game, where you try something tricky and you're like deep in a dungeon and then you die, and then you're like, cool, now I gotta, you know, get my corpses. If you want to take that risk just before bedtime, you want to go and you know, go to a dungeon and kill some stuff, then you know, enjoy spending the next 2 hours trying to get your corpses. Like super tired the next day at work or school or whatever. But it's like, hey, consequences. I mean, with a necro and stuff, things got made a little bit easier. And here on a pre-boxing server, you're less reliant on others coming to save your ass, but the consequences are definitely real. I've had guildies that thought, you know, even in this expansion in Luckland, they were like, oh, we're gonna go to Plane of Fear and like kill something from an epic, and then they just get wrecked. Like, Plane of Fear is just, the mechanics in it are just so nasty. And then you know, you have these Vex style geared level 60s that are asking for help to get their corpses in Plane of Fear, and you're like, oh yep. still a tough classic zone. Because you got the scalings that just teleport you, and then things like you, and then you get dispelled, and then next thing you know, you got half the zone aggro on you, and then some golem death touches you, and then it's all right, cool, fun story.
Fizzle.
Graphics mod, like, you mean the high quality graphics? I think I've got like a high quality textures mod. But if I don't, then it might not work. Because some of those mods were written for P99 and it uses a different client than us. So sometimes the global character model files are mismatched. And then you end up really weird, freaky models like halflings with, you know, demonic heads popping through their butts with like a helmet going through your leg, just weird shit like that. So some of them work and some of them don't. But I think these are high quality textures. I honestly can't remember. Scroll wheel, haha. Now you're asking for trouble. Scroll wheel, it's you're gonna cause a shitstorm with that one. What you can do actually is if you press F9 twice, and then you use the Alt key to zoom out, pretty close. It's a little bit, you gotta like adjust it and stuff, but you can get pretty close. But you kind of get used to first person, to be honest. This feels too much like World of Warcraft that I never played. Yeah, looking around the corners is pretty annoying. Yeah, field of view would be nice. If you could modify that, that'd be great. Good old 4:3 resolution.
Fizzle.
What's this widescreen you talk about? Get out of here, you traveler from the future. I do like how, you know, like basic operating system settings, such as the DPI, the scaling, just doesn't work here. You gotta like turn it off. Otherwise, all your buttons and interface doesn't work. That gets a few people when they create a new character and they post on the forum. They're like, why does my mouse not reach the corner of the screen? And it's, just turn off any UI Windows features newer than Windows XP. So that'd be great. Or someone that asks about 4K UI support. It's like, get out of here, man. The game was kept at 15 FPS, oh my god. Well, EQ works really well with like 30 or 40 FPS. If you try to have higher FPS to make it smoother, the mouse look doesn't work properly. I think this is fixed in a newer client like P99, but the server get weird Z-axis stuff. Yeah, I've got mine at 40, which is a bit of a downside because if you take falling damage, you take more falling damage with a lower frame rate. It's some weird mechanic. So if you have a low frame rate, you'll fall to your death quite easily. Whereas, like for example, if you go into the hole, if you drop in the hole from Neil, if you have high frame rate, about 120, you won't die. But if you have a frame rate of like 30 or 40, it will actually kill you. You'll 20k crater. It's very retarded, but hey. And also there's a levitate trick with higher frame rate. You stay in the air for longer. You drop slower. So if there's a tricky spot where you need to levitate across, a higher frame rate will allow you to do that. Yep, you're battling the UI often. Like same with here. With a lot of the quality of life features that just don't exist. Even the simple thing like tab targeting, you know, on a normal server, you can press tab and it'll cycle targets, but over here it doesn't do that. Over here, you gotta click manually. So you're basically battling the UI quite a lot of the time, which it's part of the challenge, you know? Love it or hate it, it's part of the challenge. You feel like a pretty pro player if you're good at clicking on the right pixel of the model you learn that on like skeleton models, you gotta click on the, you know, like on the head or something. As an enchanter, it's one of the things you really have to know how to do. When you're trying to mez monsters, you gotta run around, position your character, click on the right pixel to target the frog and Cebalus. When you pull a train, you got like 5 frogs beating on you. You gotta like mez one, then move away, and then click the right pixel, then move away, then yeah. It's just part of the fun. Ha, yeah. Yep. A lot of people get scared from playing here because of the line. People come from progression servers and they just think, what is this garbage? There's not even in-game maps. That just can't deal with it. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I love those people that come on and they're like, what? No scroll wheel zoom? I'm out of here. See us. That's it. That's it. You're not gonna get my money. Like, okay, dude, that was always allowed. You can just leave. But that's good that when they fixed the quality of life things on Ultima Online, they just made that game harder to compensate. I like what they did with progression servers is they added that monster, what's it called? There's that ability that makes them something of the master thingy. I can't remember the name. Where they just like the classic dragons. They just buff them up significantly, otherwise people would, you know, one group them or kill them with a bunch of pets. They made them pretty much immune to pets. So, you know, you could just get 6 mages and kill Nagi. It was like, this is not how the game was intended to be played. Sorry guys. I think it's like MOTM or something is the acronym. Mitigation of the Mighty, that's the one. Yes. Perfect. Which kind of makes it a bit tricky because when the devs are passing mobs' abilities and stats for this server, Mitigation of the Mighty actually makes it not viable in EQ Live because the stats are different. So you try and check, you know, what does this raid boss have? Oh, it's got that Mitigation of the Mighty, so gotta like figure it out. I think there's some multiplier. Depending on the level of the MOTM, it's a percentage buff, so maybe Torvin is like, if you subtract 47.3% and rotate the compass, you get the formula. Alright, I wonder how my faction is. I might be close to finished here. The only annoying thing is that you don't want to be like, walk all the way to Thug, and then you're just shy of the faction that you need. You don't just want to overshoot, just to be safe. I'll do this area, and then I'll kill my pet, and I think we should be good. And then it might be time to get some food and hit the hay. PM? Are you in Australia or something? It must be an Aussie. Well, because it's 8:30 PM here, so I'm in New Zealand. I'm 2 hours ahead of you. I'm from the future, man. Yeah, Aussie's cool. I was there recently. I got stuck in Melbourne. I went for a weekend visit, and the travel bubble lockdown got me stuck there for a couple of weeks, but I managed to escape just in time before these recent outbreaks. Could have been bad. I could have been stuck there for like 6 months. See a friend for a wedding, and I thought, just in and out, just a quick little weekend adventure. Surely one weekend I'll be able to get in and out. And on the day that I arrived, maybe like 6 hours later, they locked it down. Yep, Melbourne is in a snap lockdown. New South Wales is pretty screwed. Sydney's pretty bad, but Melbourne is just a 5-day lockdown. Yeah, cool, man. Melbourne's awesome. I love Melbourne. It's just got so much going on, so much cool stuff. Even in the suburbs, you got awesome shops and good food and all the culture. And so much work, like the jobs they have, everything you have here, but times 5. And also, if you want to be a miner, if you want to go work on some iron ore or coal mining rigs or oil rigs or something like that. Centrelink #1 job. Nice. Centrelink is like the welfare thing. It's like our work in Income New Zealand over here. Wins. The UI that I use is called WizModYo. I'll give you a link in the chat. It's very similar to the Power of 2 UI, but it's a slightly modified version of it. What it does is it's got clickies that you can customize next to... I don't even know what these guys are. I play, I believe it's 1080. Is it gonna show me? Oh yeah, just shy of 1080. So I do 1600 by 1024. I think that's 4:3 resolution, maybe. I do this so that I can have the same UI files on my laptop. So I just copy all my ini files between my laptop and my computer, so that I don't lose any settings. And I just play in like a top corner of my screen with the rest of the stuff. I can have Discord on the right side, I can be browsing on the top side. Yeah, this is just near the Plate House. I'm doing the bearded giants trying to get Coldain faction, so this is really good faction. It goes quick. But I'm just trying to kill all the bearded guys. I've just got a little side jump hit, and I just go around, and I don't actually do the plate cycle itself because it doesn't give you any more faction. It's the same faction hits, but the monsters just have a lot more hit points, so it's not worth it. So if you just kill lots of these trash small giants that die in 5 seconds, you get the same faction as you do if you kill one of the level 60 guys in the plate cycle, so it's not worth it. Oops. I'll do one more circuit actually, just to be safe, just to make sure that I don't undershoot my faction. Oh, look at this guy, he's 99%, he's gonna ding. He's gonna ding! They grow up so fast. No, they don't drop armor pieces. You have to kill the giants in the arena. The clean-shaven giants, so you need lieutenants or higher. Lieutenants roam the bank area, and they have a chance of dropping armor. Otherwise, you need troopers, adjutants, veterans, and that kind of stuff. They're the ones that drop pieces, the clean-shaven guys, not the bearded guys. But if you do the plate cycle, obviously you get plate drops from there. That's why it's called the plate cycle. But you only get plate, obviously you don't get silk or chain or leather. So yeah, if you sometimes go to the bank area and you see a roaming lieutenant, there's a chance they could drop the armor. I just got silk legs from one just before. I had a friend killing with me here. He had a rogue, so the DPS was really good. We were just clearing everything, and I, to try to kind of time the respawns, we just went back to the bank area for a second, and there was a roaming lieutenant there. Instead of being like red colored, their armor is blue colored. And we just killed one, and he dropped silk legs. Now, that'd be very exciting if it wasn't for the fact that silk legs and Thurgood are complete garbage. It'd be very exciting if the stats weren't shit. If there was Skyshrine legs, that'd be a different story. Did this guy ding yet? Nope, still 99. You can do it! Let's watch this ding, come on! Oh. Yeah, I got the legs on this guy, the drop, but they don't have any stats. At least they could have like 2 armor class, like cloth legs, at least. Come on, dude. Alright, is this gonna ding me? 99? Oh. It's very exciting. Because when I get to 51, I can get those sweet Kazakh Thul drops. And I can also complete my Chardok Ring quest. think I've got a bunch of salts and skins. I just need to turn them in. But you have to level 51. 51 for that quest. Oops. Come on. Dang, you can do it. Man. I guess EXP not that good. These are blue cons, surely. Oh, this guy might be even con. Yeah, there we go, even con. Oh, did I werewolf illusion my necro by accident? I was trying to get my pet. It's necros in disguise. Okay, surely an even con will ding him. Yeah, we did it. Level 51, we're ready for Kunak. Should announce it to Alliance and get some grats. We'll just kill all these named one more time and then gonna go take a break. Need to make some food. My girlfriend got me some chicken from supermarket, so I gotta eat it. Gotta grow up big and strong, get my chickens, get my proteins, so I can fight these giants. I know, a break in EverQuest, that's not very poop socky of me. It's not a 12-hour session. Are you really playing? I don't miss those days when I used to compete for content. And it was like literally a 30-hour poop sock trying to get some boss. God. To be young again. Wasn't even that long ago, it was only like 10 years ago. Relive the memories. That's why they added that alarm. Does that function here? Alarm? No. There's a function in slightly modern EQ that lets you set a little timer to remind yourself to stop playing after, I don't know, 10 hours. Have you thought about drinking some water? Hello. Welcome. How are you doing, fellow EverQuest fan? At least I'm assuming you're an EverQuest fan. You're not gonna just come tell me here to go play Fortnite. What are you doing? This game doesn't have flossing. You should go play Fortnite. Me, I'm flossing. Whee! I'm doing it. Oh, cool, man. Nice. Yeah, well, this server is all about recreating the nostalgic experience of the game as it was a long time ago. It's trying to recreate the Macintosh server from 2002. So, that's 20 years ago now. Feel old yet? Macaulay Culkin was just you know, trying to fight away the burglars in his house. And Aqua was hot on the pop charts. Ooh, ouch. Guy's getting owned. A little lobby necromancer. He's not built to tank these giants, I'm afraid. How did you come across this stream or this server? If you don't mind me asking. Do you still play EQ? Do you play any other emulator server or maybe EQ Live or anything like that?
Fizzle.
Cool, man. You thinking of jumping back into play, or is watching as much of a commitment as you're allowed to make at this stage? I know it can be a little bit time demanding. So spectating might be a good light option so you don't get hooked. So on this server, it's intended to replicate the EverQuest Macintosh experience, what it was like back in 2002. And you can play 3 characters at once, so you can tree box. It gives you like flexibility to do cool things. You can have like half a party all by yourself. You can do some challenging content. You can also, you know, like res yourself and port yourself and buff yourself and that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. Because the EQMX server was near the end of its life, it was free to play, so people were used to playing multiple characters. They were used to playing 2 or 3 or more characters. So it's kind of trying to replicate that. So that's why I've got a little entourage of these little lobby guys that are following me around, kind of like my little mercenary pets or something like that, whatever you want to call it. What I'm working on is my necromancer. He needs faction, so I'm just hunting these bearded giants to get faction for the dwarf city, Thurgoden, so that I can quest some armor. That's the purpose of this evening's play session. Is get some faction, get some armor. So nothing too challenging. Not really EXPing per se, but there's a little bit of experience that these lobby characters are getting just by killing these blue con mobs. I think all the monsters are about level 45-ish or something like that. So they're all blue cons, but my pet is a dire charm pet, so he takes a lot of experience. There's a experience mechanic where the dire charm pet does more than 50% of the damage. He'll take 50% of the EXP, so the EXP is not that good. Alright, I might go kill my pet. He doesn't really have anything except for some of the weapons that I gave him. Not very exciting, but I like to carry rusty weapons for my pet. And having to hunt around planar knowledge to find replacement rusty weapons it can take a longer time than it takes to kill my pet, so I'll just kill this pet.
Fizzle.
Oh cool, you used to play EQ2. I never got into EQ2. I just stuck to the classic experience. Unfortunately, can't loot this because it's lore, I think. Can I? Oh. Sure can't. I think EQ2 came out quite late. World of Warcraft was out, so I think I was competing with World of Warcraft. I stopped playing around that time back in the day. I think I quit in 2003 because I finished high school and I had to go to university, and I told myself that if I don't stop playing EQ, then I will most likely not finish university because I'll get too distracted with the game. So I just quit cold turkey for good 5-6 years. And then I started playing again in, I think, 2008, 2009. There was progression servers. Where you could play a nostalgic experience similar to this one, which is what was familiar and what I was all about playing in this era. Living off of? Do you mean like what I do for a living? Or something in game? Oh yeah, cool. I just work full time doing some IT stuff, consulting. Oh, excuse me. I do just normal IT work. So I do lots of software configuration, installation, maintenance, consulting government agencies and that kind of stuff. And I do investments on the side. So investments I don't live off of. It's more of a long-term goal to have some money for retirement, maybe retire early. If stonks go up, then things will be good, and if they go sideways, then things will be not as good. But I don't make enough from my investments yet to offset my full-time job. So if I did daytime trading and that kind of stuff, and if my full-time job was hindering me from doing short-term trading, then I would probably quit. But at this stage, I'm not at that point yet. Last year, there was a period where I came pretty close. There were some stocks that went up significantly, and I almost had enough capital to just do trading. However, then the stocks just went sideways and went down. So I reinvested it, and then those investments kind of went nowhere. Like, they just kind of lingered around the same price. So the market kind of went through a bit of a lull, bit of a pause. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I gotta wait. So if stocks start going up again and these investments that have been stagnant start moving up, then I may revisit the idea of doing trading full time. But for now, I don't lose anything by both working and trading, so I'm just kind of doing both. On bone chips on sale, what you do at the start is you can do spiderling silks and you can do spider silks, and also you can do hedicchiolas and celestial essence. So there's these sub-combined items people use for tailoring, doing shawl quests and stuff. And you can basically save them clicks. So the idea is that you buy a bunch of sub-combined items that cost you like maybe 1 gold or 2 gold, and you trade your time and your clicks to combine them and then just sell them for like 3 to 5 plat each. So you earn money through doing clicks for other people. So hedicchiolas is used for tailoring and used for shawl quests, and celestial essence is also used for a bunch of tailoring stuff later on, I think, and for blacksmithing and for maybe something else, maybe brewing or something. But yeah, people basically or like pottery or something. People will basically just pay you to click those items, and then you just chuck them in the bazaar. So I'm just gonna go check my faction now to see if all this questing has paid off, or if I need to go back. But unfortunately, bone chips don't sell here. People, what they do is they power level in Kern's Tower, which is off the Field of Bone, and it's a really popular zone because skeletons are really easy to pull. They have social proximity aggro, and you just walk up with a high-level character, gather up a bunch of skeletons, and then you can kill them quite easily. And that's how people power level their new characters. I usually go there from level 1 till about level 15, 16. And because you kill a ton of skeletons, if you actually loot the corpses, you just get tons of bone chips. So there's an abundance of bone chips. So yeah, the things that I found will make you plat is spiderling silks. People use it for leather padding for blacksmithing, and then doing the sub-combines. So hedicchiolas and celestial essence is quite easy. That's how people get the spells. Or you just kind of level up you get those MGB buffs. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but there's a Lachlan ability that lets you... Oh, oops, I went the wrong way. There's a Lachlan ability called Mass Group Buff that you click. What it does is the next group spell will hit all players in a radius, this one. Ability turns next group buff that you cast into a beneficial area of hitting everyone within its reach at the cost of doubling the spell's mana usage. So people can basically cast their highest level 60 buffs on new players. They advertise MGBs and Plane of Knowledge, and they hit their like Egoism and KEI, which is the mana regen buff. And you basically just go to the bank and you just get these awesome buffs, and that makes people significantly stronger. So your level 1 character can have like, 2,000 hit points with all these buffs, and that makes leveling go quicker. So you can get to like level 20 pretty easily and pretty quickly. And once you get to about level 20, you can kill guards in High Keep to get fine steel weapons. High Keep, there's a neutral vendor, so most of the vendors are on Coalition of Tradesfolk or something like that. It's like a common lands / human kind of trader faction. But there's one erudite NPC that is on a neutral faction, so you can go and sell all your fine steel to him, even though you're killing a bunch of mobs. So you can vendor. Oh yeah, allied, nice. Look at that. Right. Yeah, nice. Action done. Whoop, whoop. So you just basically kill in High Keep, get some good EXP, sell the fine steel, the goblins drop bronze, and that kind of stuff. And you can get quite a bit of cash as well as levels. And then if you get to level 30-ish or level 40-ish, you can go kill hill giants. And that's a good route that people take, is they get quite a lot of cash if you kill hill giants. They just go and kill in Wraith Mountains from, I don't know, 30 to level 50. Because you'll get EXP as well, and just earn a shitload of plat. And then you can buy all the items in the bazaar. I just logged it. That's random character that's in a spot in the middle of Velks. This is my random level 14 mage that checks to see if the brood mother is up. Go down here, and there's a named spider. Whee! I'm using an Eye of Zom spell, which is a little scouting tool that you can do as a mage. It summons this eye that lets you look around. It doesn't generate aggro here, so I think on P99 maybe it does generate aggro, but on here it doesn't. It was a balance change that was made, and I think the devs flip-flopped between it aggroing versus not aggroing, so over here it doesn't. Yeah, what I might do is maybe I'll go turn in some skins. I don't need this guy anymore. So because I got level 51 with my cleric, I I can now go to the Chardock quest. But I have to get some skins and salts first. Got this guy. Got a bunch of stuff, but first I have to clear up some bag space. Got some stuff. Trying to play some music that's not going to get me a copyright strike. Which seems to be pretty lenient on the music, but then I tried uploading the same videos to YouTube, and pretty much every single video had like 5 copyright strikes on it. It's really annoying. I'm trying to branch out here by uploading my videos to YouTube, but just ended up getting copyrighted. Okay, now let's get some skins and salts. Hi, leveling in Droga. I've got a mule that's got a shitload of stuff. Look at this. Look at this. Ah! I'm using the Twitch soundtrack application that apparently has copyright-free music. So you just kind of pick a genre and it just plays a bunch of stuff for you. I picked classical because there was a few other genres that had explicit lyrics, and I'm like, oh my god, my virgin ears. Can't have that. Can be just listening to trap music. I'll give it a try though. This is called a Latin trap. I'm part. This is the character I wanted to log in. There we go. Are you in the game doing some stuff? End of the north. Then we'll go visit Chardock. Yeah. This quest, you can't do it until level 51, so... Oh, this guy's great. Let's see if I can go in some buffs. I don't want to train him with the wyvern. Drive-by buffs. He's gonna come back from AFK and be like, what? How did this happen?
Fizzle. I do love how basic these trees look. Like high level design there. Like I'm playing Doom with the sprites. The only thing that matters is the tree trunks. So, Karduk is a little bit out of the way, unfortunately. The closest you can teleport is Skyfire, and then you gotta run through a bunch of trees, go east, 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 and then there'll be a little alcove, the very northeast side of the zone. Easy mount. Yeah, I'll just put a 100k mount on this newbie character. All you need is a badge. I should have brought my badge. Good old bad speed would have fixed it right up. I think the gorilla hit me, so I may need to... There's...
Excuse me. I'm just dying over here. I'm dying. It's gonna be a lot of turn-ins. Hopefully I got enough. I brought quite a bit, but maybe I didn't bring enough. We'll find out. Yeah, the trumpet. Now this is playing. This is the classic experience, one item at a time. Repeat until your wrists hurt. Okay, apprehensive. I don't think I brought enough. I may need to go get some more, but I'll do that another time. Be indifferent soon, but the amiable range is very large. And I need to get to warmly, so I don't think I brought enough. Yep, still apprehensive. One EQ remaster thing would be the music files. There were some people on the forums talking about getting the original Sound Blaster complex MIDI files working from all the zones and stuff and trying to capture it. I think you need a very specific sound card as well as operating system to make it work, because some advanced features get disabled in a later operating system. So ShoreTalk and some other people have made a thread on the forums talking about getting the original MIDI files working. They're not quite there yet, but it's a work in progress. Because apparently there was something special with the audio files, original MIDI files. Yeah, nice. You should be able to capture the original files and then make them into like MP3 or something. I think this client uses MP3 files, so you gotta like swap that out, but it should work. If you do any trade skills, this is what trade skilling is like, basically. you just make a bunch of sub-combines ready, and then you just click, 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 click. I think on EQ Live you can just kind of, if a monster requires a bunch of the same item, you just give him a whole stack and he just accepts it. But over here you can only do one unstacked item at a time. So it's what we love. Yeah. One by one bone chips, man. I mean, if you're not there 3 hours turning in bone chips for a quest, and are you really playing EverQuest? Oh god, there's like a modern trade skill UI in EverQuest. You just get all the items ready in your bags, and you just click combine, and it just combines it. You just learn the recipe, and then you just click it and it combines. You don't have to do this drag one unstacked item at a time bullshit. But hey, this is what makes it more impressive, right? You know, the fact that someone that's like a 250 blacksmith that they spent hours clicking all this crap is that's the kudos. There's a quest in Plains of Power called Aid Grimmel, and it requires you to have 220 in all trade skills. You can't start the quest unless you have 220 skill. For the combines, you need obviously 250 or whatever. So you want to get it as high as possible. You can get some modifiers for tailoring and blacksmithing. There's some items that give you a plus 15 skill mod. But anyway, the main challenge is, of course, not farming all the items. It's actually clicking all the combines. So that's your badge of honor, as you went through and you did clicking for like 4 months straight without going insane, and you get your earring. Basically, it's a battle of, can you complete this quest without getting repetitive strain injury and being hospitalized? If you answered yes, then you are a worthy champion. Yep, Hopestone, that's the one. Yeah, see, I got to amiable and I'm down to my last skins, so I may just table flip and punch my screen. Ran all this way. Oh, actually, what I can do is got a druid. I can hack. Yeah, Hopestone's going to be a big bottleneck for people, I think. Everyone's going to be all excited with the trade skills, and oh, where are you at? What town are you in? Yeah, people are going to be getting all their trade skill items and combining the items, and then at the very end they're going to be stuck in Hopestone. I wonder if it's going to be a situation where you can pay 100k for Hopestone loot rights or something like that. Oh god, Kinos, man. Kinos suck. I never learned that place properly. I always get lost trying to buy my spells, and it's like, oh, just go to the caster guild. I'm like, where the flip is the caster guild? Don't even flip if you go to the sewers, god. It's like that place is intentionally designed to be a maze. Yeah, exactly, caster guild. So I think you gotta go to South Kinos, and then you kind of go near the docks, like try to find the water. And good luck. There's some quests that require you to go to the Kinos catacombs, like the Enchanter epic, and there's also the Rogue epic. You gotta find like some smuggler to like pickpocket or some shit. And it's just such a pain, because even if you have a map, you just like, where am I? I'm looking at the map, I don't know where I am, I don't know where to go. The map kind of is like disjointed. There's a bit where it like breaks and it kind of gives you like a bunch of arrows. Oh, you're actually supposed to go here. And yep, sucks. Okay, what am I at? Kindly. Okay, cool. I got to kindly, so close. I'll keep these mineral salts because they're actually used for like a brewing recipe or something. You kind of need to have a few spare. So I'll just go back to my salted skins. Get the skins, the green skins. Should be enough. Yeah, Kinos was never my jam. I pretty much lived in I think I had a dark elf, so I know my way around the Nariac city. That's usually one that people struggle with, but I know my way around that one. I can get through the foreign quarter and the commons and the third gate and stuff. That seems to be okay for me. And Freeport, go with Freeport. Kalathan, not so good. That's the Elven city. Not very good with that one. The strategy, you start a new character in Kalathan, is jump off as quickly as you can. Just get to POK. Alright. I'm back with the skins that you desire. You did it! You navigated the Sony EQ headquarters. Yeah, you can post links, I think. I don't think anything stops you from posting links in the chat. Give it a try. If you have any problems, yeah, nice. I was gonna say, if you have any problems, just look at this beautiful city. Yeah. Everyone loves Kinos. One of the devs here, Secrets, he made a kind of like a battle royale custom server mod. That was actually quite fun. What it was is you spawned in Kinos and everything was PvP. And the loot was like randomized or something like that, maybe? So that you didn't have to kill named bosses, you just kind of killed random goblins and snakes and fire beetles and shit, and you got kind of like defiant armor. And it was all just full PvP. So the idea was you just go and hunt and kill people, but it started off in the Kinos area. It was quite fun. You just run around Kinos. Yeah. Run around Kinos and PK people. You'd wait for them to like get low fighting monsters, you know, like this epic battle between some guy and a fire beetle, and then you jump in for the grief. EQ doesn't have very good PvP. It's all just griefing, basically different levels of griefing. Favorite thing is like when those red P99 people play and they just have their like de-leveled epic rogue and they're like level 30 just one-shotting people, backstabbing them for like 500 damage. Welcome to PvP. Oh, why does nobody play on this server? Why does nobody play in P99 and get griefed by me? What's going on? So this guy is now Wormly, and I can say I serve the Sarnet. There you go. I got a ring. Yay. And now to get the second ring, I have to do some questing. Yeah, he had a few iterations of the servers, so yeah. The one that I played on was like a very early one, and I think he refined it and made it better. And yeah, there was some sort of free trade kind of Furiona-V kind of styles. Oh, the TLP, the new Mischief server, is that the one you're referring to? That is really cool. That's the one with like Diablo-style loot. I haven't kept up with it, but it sounded really fun. I wonder if it's good. I need to like check the Sony forums. It's a good indication of whether it's good or not, like how much people fight. If there's a bunch of people all arguing with each other, then the server is nice and healthy. Yeah, because people usually just play in those PLPs for the first few months just to get all the chrono, or I don't know, their rent. Whatever people farm chrono for. And I wonder how that'll play out with that Mischief server, because people used to like, you know, go really, really hardcore, and then they would hold down the named camps, and they would also use all the pick zone stuff to just like farm multiple glowing black silk sashes or whatever you had that people sold, like golden and pretty boots and that kind of stuff, and then just make tons of chrono. I don't quite understand how somebody would pay like, you know, $100 for a EverQuest item, but I don't know if there's a market for it. More power to them. So people would just farm chrono until it went out of fashion, and then they would just play on the new PLP server. Oh really? No shit. VS getting VP Dragon loot. That's awesome. So the real money value of chrono, I believe, is you can pay for your EQ subscription with it. So if you, I think 1 chrono, if you spend 1 chrono, you get 1 month subscription. That's how it works. So technically people play for free. So if you are good at farming chrono, I guess, then you use that to substitute your playtime as well as sell it for real life money. People sell it for, I think on the official forums it's like $15 for a chrono. That's how much a subscription costs, but on the black market I think it's like $10. So people sell it on forums and other stuff to undercut Sony and get real life money. So if someone, you know, buys like golden and pretty boots for 5 chrono, 10 chrono, that's equivalent of like $50 or $100, which is incomprehensible to me, but whatever. People will buy that stuff. Yep, there's the marketplace. So the marketplace is where you can buy the chronos. That's how they're created. That's how they get into the environment. There's people that buy chronos for $15 each, and then you can trade them between players. So there's like a shadow economy that sells it for cheaper than the Sony store. So if you go onto the forums or eBay or whatever, no, the weightless bags you have to buy with the currency. So you don't get to spend chrono, as far as I'm aware, you don't get to spend chrono on those items. They're a separate purchase. Like a 20 slot bag or something, it's like $20. It's a lot of money. Or you can get some package deals. Sometimes they have like a new TLP server bundle, and they give you a bunch of stuff like experience potion, a name change potion, a bag, some kind of armor or something. Yeah, 40 slot bags is that's actually like worth it. When I hopped on one of the progression servers, I think it was Finny. They had like True Box and really slow experience gain. I hopped on, and just to be competitive, because you start and you've got no money, you've got no bags, and it's just like, it sucks. So spending like $20 or $30 to get that giant weight reduction bag allows you to just loot so much more. You can loot all the bronze and rusty weapons and shit, and it just doubles your leveling speed. So from a cost benefit equation, it's worthwhile, which is how they get you, because they know you love those bags. So you kind of start on the new TLP, and then you buy these bags, and then you're like, well, now I gotta play because I just invested, like 2 months worth of subscription into this bag. Ugh. But the leveling was really slow, so all my guildies ended up just playing a lot more than me, and I couldn't keep up. So I think I got to like level 20, and I was like, I can't do this. I'm sorry, guys, I can't do this. Oh, Undertow is up. Penny is up. Nice.
Fizzle.
Can I be bothered to kill Undertow? That's a good question. No. I have 4 blazing wands. I don't think I need any more. But I always say that. I always say I don't need it, and then I go and get it anyway. I'm gonna go give it a quick snipe, just because I saw it up. Ah, yeah, nice. I need to get my Earth Staff. But hopefully it's not gonna take me like 6 months like it did sometimes. Oh, nice. That's really good. Damn, you're making great progress. If you're new to the server and you've got 100k, that's some good farming. This guy knows how to get his plat. Cool, man. You're almost there. I better get my act together and start poop socking this hate stuff. Yeah, I need to look into Mischief. I'm quite intrigued by this, getting Vision Speak loot from random mobs. That's pretty cool. This Vision Speak is quite tough. Oh, actually, they made it easier on the TLP servers. In here, you can't gate out, so you get in the zone and you can't leave. Like, you can't... you can only die, corpse out, or you have to kill a dragon and step on the zone out pad. On the TLP servers, I believe you can just gate, which makes it a lot easier. Because you can use it as like an EXP zone, you know, you can just go and kill some Ragnars and just get out whenever you want. But over here, it's just so brutal. It doesn't look like any minis are up. We've got the Deathroot Knight, which is this fella right here. We've got Master of Spite, which is a very annoying one to kill, and someone must have killed the Lord of Loathing. He was up yesterday, but he is not up today. But I killed the last set of minis. There was like 9 or 10 of them up a few days ago, so they should be due tomorrow, I believe. So I need to keep checking track, and I need to be poop sucking that stuff tomorrow, because there's usually competition. There's a new guild on the server called Bloodguard, and they came from P99, and they've got a lot of players that are, you know, leveling up in their 50 to 60 level range. They've been killing some Luckland targets, I believe. I think they killed Archlich. They've been killing Bellius targets, Kunark targets. They've been getting their epics. So the server is quite lively and full of competition. It's pretty good to see. But that also means that, you know, you got to be a bit more vigilant. If you wanna get some rare or contested items, you have to be willing to fight for it. There's been a little bit of competition for a few Bellius targets, so it's good to see new players on the server getting the pixels. That's what it's all about. It's about sharing, but it also means that you need to keep track of respawn times and poop suck. You gotta be parked. If stuff is respawning, you gotta beat the other guild. You gotta be parked there and ready to fight. So if they come in, you can be like, "Oh yeah, I was here first. Get out of my zone." Give me my pixels. Okay, so we got a kedge, we go down. Over here somewhere. I think. There we go. Need to do some buffs. Just in case we need to evac, you never know. Sometimes when you go towards Undertow, there's a mermaid that sees invis, and you can get a bunch of like druid mermaids train on you. And they're really annoying because they all dispel and they oh dear. Trying to follow in kedges. Bad idea. I was gonna check if VS is up. That's right. Whoa. Jesus Christ. Whoever used this character, don't they realize that it's a ranger with tracking? Don't need to run it next to VS. Whatevs. Okay, so I gotta carefully scut around here because these things see invis. Need to check the con. Stuff will train. Yeah, we're safe. Nice. Okay, no train. Nice. Doesn't always go this smoothly. Piranhas. So the fire elemental illusion is really good because it gives you a nice damage shield. What's the sea host doing? Yeah, big arms. The old models are pretty good. There's new models of elemental illusions, and they look more human-like, I guess, if you want to call it that. They look kind of like a guy in a Casper outfit with either a blue or a red or a like translucent kind of feet on. These models look like some dumb punching thing with big arms. Oh, on here. Being attacked by fish. I'll save you, fair maiden. Any more piranhas? Yep. Couple more. Fighting. And replenish my fish levels, yeah. That fresh fish. I hope this bobbing is making you seasick. Reminds me of first-person shooter games where you would walk and you would bob. You would like swing left, right, and Quake. The first thing you would do is you'd go into the config file and just like turn off the bobbing because made you seasick. Yeah, Doom as well. So one of these complete heals, I can't remember which one, but you're gonna have to nuke it. Oh no, can I kill it before it complete heals? Yes. Yeah, if you look at... I recently watched someone doing Doom speedruns, and there was one speedrun that was like absolutely fascinating. It was the very first map, and there was a very specific thing you had to do to run through the monsters, holding down a very specific run function to run at full speed, and you couldn't touch anything because it slowed you down too much, and you had to like open the doors just at the exact right kind of angle, and they managed to like get the it was also based on the frame rate, like the frames inside the game that meant like the in-game clock counter was counting in a specific way. So like you'd have to complete the game in a certain number of game frames to get the finish time to record 8 seconds instead of 9 seconds. And then some guy after like 15 years managed to get it done. Yeah. That was a pretty cool. It was like a speed run, like a 15-20 minute video that talks about all the mechanics of the speed running and how you had to like do all these things to get the time down from 9 seconds to 8 seconds, and it was like 15-year effort. So crazy. All right, get that blazing wand. Yeah, there's a few tricks on Finny. I don't fight him at the zone in. I just fight him in his room. But I guess since I'm here already, I might as well go and kill him. Yeah, this is the speedrun I was talking about. Yeah, that's the one. I'll Jobst. Hey, what up, Yarny? How you doing, buddy? Good morning. Guten Morgen, Jans. Yeah, that guy's channel is so good. He is like so passionate about all the game mechanics, and he makes you appreciate all the nuances of speedruns and various things. He's got some like cool Super Mario ones as well, and he's got a cool one where he talks about how there was one guy who cheated in like the Super Mario speedruns, and that was like apparently like the worst like botched job of trying to like fake speedruns ever, because he used videos from like multiple different speedrunners, and there was all these like consistency and concurrency issues where like the display things at the top were like not matching, and then like the Mario model was being cut off and stuff like that. It was like really obvious on like 5 different kind of 5 different areas. And the guy was like, how did this guy think that we wouldn't see it? You know, all the speedrun people know exactly how every part of the game works. So how did he expect that we wouldn't catch him? It was kind of funny. There was one guy who was like a really good speedrunner, and then what he did is he ended up cheating in GoldenEye. He used Game Shark, which was a tool that would let you save state of the game, so you could like repeat a tricky area or whatever, and you could like splice things up and stuff. And he got called out on it, and then he like denied it, and then all these people like basically had to figure out what to do with him because he was a good player, but he obviously lied and cheated. And then he said he wouldn't do it again, but he did it again. And yeah, it's for the EP, man. It's the kudos, right? Gotta get the chicks. You go to a bar and you can tell a girl you got like 12-minute 36-second Mario speedrun, and she just goes, "Oh, please take me." Slow motion, then spit up the demo. Yeah, it's so good, man. I love that guy's channel. He's so good. He's like a speedrunner enthusiast that knows all the nuances and all the like details of the speedrunners, and he like just makes a video to explain it to the common people. It's so good. I appreciate that, you know, watering down like 10 years of speedrun knowledge into a 20-minute YouTube clip to make you appreciate why this is a big deal. Oh, speaking of speedrunners, what do you think of that Billy Mitchell guy? How he got like all that ousted by the big Twin Galaxy scandal and shit. So apparently it was a massive lawsuit or something. King of Kong was such a good doco. I loved it. He was such a character. He had his hot sauce. He was such a jerk, but he's like, I'm the best, so therefore I can be the jerk. But turns out that he cheated, so.
Spell broke vein.
Turns out that he cheated. So if he was a jerk, but he was legit, then it will be warranted. But yeah, it turns out he was a no good cheater. And it was like a 20-year-long ruse. They kept it going for a long time. They had such a big, almost like a mafia empire based on a mountain of lies. Bye, Yarns. Yeah, Yarns, missing you already. Yeah. God, 30 years ago. I was going on the assumption that we're still in the year 2000. Like, you know, the 80s were 20 years ago. Actually, sir, we're 40 years ago. No! My life. Okay, so I'm in Finney's room and I've got aggro on the seahorses or something, so I'm just trying to like feign them off. Trying to make sure they don't aggro me. Oh yeah. Trying to see if they'll path back to their spawn point. Maybe they're being a bit funky. I haven't done this since the recent patch, so who knows, there could be some new mechanic that is breaking things. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, see, this seahorse isn't going away. It gives you new levels. So you go to level 65. And new AAs. So if you look at this tab over here, these are your normal Lucklin AAs. And then here you have the pop AAs. So pop advance and pop ability. So a whole new bunch of cool abilities. So, yeah, right. X buff you wish. The new zones are really good because it gives you a zone experience modifier, so they boost EXP gain. So you may be killing, you know, like a level 60 monster, but in a Kunarg zone, the zone experience modifier is 100%, but in POP, it could be like 180%. So you just get more EXP simply because of the zone modifier. Not quite 500% Zem. I think the best ones are like 180 or like 175 is like pretty good. 165, 160-ish. If you go on the TAKP wiki, there's a page called Zone Experience Modifiers, and it will give you a ranking. Yes, Allotl Caverns is the best, and I think as well as High Keep, they're like just amazing. Okay, let's see if this stuff works now. The seahorses were a little bit funny. It took a bit longer to get back to the spawn point. So I gotta be careful with Finney so he doesn't bring seahorses because I have to wait for them to reset. Just trying to be sneaky here with my fish. Where is he? Just gonna beat up this innocent piranha. Yeah, if you look at the TAKP wiki and go to zone experience modifiers and have a look at the POP zones, it'll just be like, oh yeah. Which is why I'm not doing much EXPing right now. So I have a lot of characters that need a lot of AAs, but the rate of EXP is just so crappy that I'm waiting for POP basically. When release? When moon? POP only goes up. When Lambo? We don't have a release date yet, but there's speculation that it will be this year, like maybe in a few months. They said early winter release. So that could be, I don't know, like October maybe? There are some rumors that because the original Planes of Power was released in October, that maybe they'll release this for October as well. No, we're gonna skip to the Reign of Fear client. We'll just go straight to that. We'll just go straight to the Pantheon client. Yeah, you get a map, and the map is disabled. He used that as Liz EQ2. Hey man, it's coming out any day now, bro. I've done my pledge. I donated, so coming out very soon. I ended up upgrading my pledge for Pantheon to the version that gives me alpha release. So if that comes out, then I hope to play that a little bit. If it comes out before I die, of course. Before I die of old age. Before global warming swallows up the Earth and we're all underwater. If the game comes out before then watch out. You owe Outlands, yeah. So you're going back in time. Put it in my will, I'll be like, I want you to reanimate my corpse so that I can play Pantheon. Like Walt Disney, you know, I want you to freeze me so that I can like be brought back alive when Pantheon comes out. Star Citizen, God. Well, they've got a playable thing in Star Citizen. They've got like those modules, like you can play a little I don't know, there's like you're in some space station or something. There's something playable. I see people streaming Star Citizen. It's just that little module. One thing that gets me is people that have like sunk so much money into it, that keep buying like all those spaceships and stuff for the pledges. You know, like donate $10,000 and you're gonna get this giant spaceship. I'm just wondering what's gonna happen like when the game does actually come out. You're gonna have these geeks that are gonna have like $500,000 with like spaceships. Like what's going on with the balance with regards to that? Yeah, die fish. Yeah, I upgraded. I think I did a $150 pledge initially for Pantheon, and then I think I threw in another like $100. Another $100 so I can get the alpha access. Because the pledge that I had didn't give you alpha, but I thought, I don't know, $100 to maybe play the game like a year before everyone else might be worth it. So I upgraded my pledge, and now I just eagerly await. Absolutely, I feel Pantheon's probably going to be the truest successor to EQ, because from the alpha footage that they showed, they were reusing like the sounds. Like if you listen to the buffs, they use the same buff sounds. So I think they like stole the what's it called? The assets. Oh, it was so good. Just getting these like cleric buffs, you know, like ding. And that's when I knew that Brad would not let me down. And then he died. But hey. But yeah, they're progressing. Last I read, they did a big dev update where they explained why there was a holdup. So content-wise, the game is kind of progressing okay, but they had to rewrite a bunch of the combat code or net code or something like that because they ran into some limits. Like some mechanics or something that had to rewrite the net code because they were having some problems. So, which is kind of, once again, very similar to EQ. If you read the EQ, how EQ came about back in the day, there was a really good article. They had to rewrite the net code because when the game came out, they used so much bandwidth that the internet service providers in the San Diego region all ran out of bandwidth, and a bunch of businesses got shut down because they had no bandwidth. Because EQ used it all, so they had to rewrite it to use UDP netcode, and then to like upgrade all the network links and stuff. So the ISP had to basically like triple the bandwidth they had in the city just for EQ, which is so ridiculous, but so good. So, you know, them rewriting netcode to accommodate the game is probably not something that's foreign to them. So that's pretty cool. Once again, makes it feel like it's going to be a true successor. I just hope they're not too ambitious with it, because they had those environments they talked about. You'd have like different, you know, like snowy or cold or like fire or poisonous gas kind of hazards, and you needed to have like resists for those environments, which sounds really cool. But it just sounds like you're gonna need a ton of bank space for your resist gear, basically. It's like, huh, this sounds familiar. Sounds like I need resist gear for my dragons. Okay, let me see if there's anything else that is up that needs to be sniped. Okay, I got my faction down, killed a few mobs. Had some good yarns with you awesome folks in the stream chat. Oh, the latest monk footage. Yeah, that was cool. Was this with Koch Carnage? He's pretty cool. I liked his streams. He does like good 2-3 hour gameplay streams, and you actually get a good idea of what the game is like because he actually plays. I mean, granted, it's like a siloed demo, so they prepare the zones and they guide him through what they want to do. But yeah, I saw I actually was looking at that today, the TLP stream. It just makes me realize how different TLP is from this server. Like, you log in and there's like the extended target window, and like people invite you into a group when you're LFG from like across the continent, and you're like, what? What's going on here? But yeah, the new passive skills and stuff looks really cool. There's just so much depth in the game. I hope they can find a way to balance it. However, one thing about EQ is that it wasn't balanced. You know, EQ did have some OP stuff, and it had a bunch of ridiculous things. Like enchanters, the enchanter class was ridiculously overpowered. Like, for example, you could charm players. How ridiculous is that? I used to duel people in Freeport, and I would just charm them, and the whole client froze. They couldn't exit. They couldn't do anything. So I'd like duel them as a joke, and then I'd charm them, and then I'd like make them attack a guard, and they would just die to a guard. And I was like, cool. This is not broken at all. So I wouldn't be surprised if Pantheon had similar mechanics that were just like so OP and broken, like that rogue stuff and that wall climbing stuff looks pretty interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I've got high hopes. As long as they don't run out of money. Hopefully they can keep those donations coming in. Last I heard, they had a big, like a private investor that just gave them like a bunch of millions. So I hope that they don't run out of money. That's the only thing that could kill this 10-year development project, is running out of money. The one flaw in developing a game for 10 years. Yeah, hopefully the investor doesn't have any like decision-making abilities. That he's not a buy yacht. Yeah, sell a bunch of warships for $200 million. I'll buy a yacht and disappear. See ya. Hopefully that private investor doesn't have creative input. He's not gonna be like, gonna give you $100 million if I get the fastest mount in the game. Yeah, I wanna laser dragon, and only I get it. Oh yeah. One thing that I forget is that modern games have in-game marketplaces. Yes, that's right. You're gonna have all sorts of cosmetic things. One thing that is good about TAKP server is you don't even have armor dies that came with the Legacy of Yukesha expansion. So whatever armor you have is the true tint and the true look and feel. You can't disguise your horrible loot mistakes. If you accidentally loot like a red pair of pants or a bright pink chest plate or something, you can't just hide it. That'd be great if the devs could edit the mech line at the marketplace. Then you could like donate to the devs. Every patch, someone fixes pathing in the zone, and you gotta like buy a new cosmetic item to thank the devs. I wouldn't mind that. I think these devs do a lot of good hard work. So I've donated quite a lot just to say thanks because they deserve it. What we need to kidnap is the original mech server, I think. Cool, man. Thanks for emotion. I'll see you around. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Yeah, I need to go and get some food. It's far too late. I was gonna log over an hour ago, so I need to get some food myself and head to bed. Get some rest. Gotta fight this annoying little flu or cold or whatever that I have. It's definitely not COVID because we don't have COVID in New Zealand. So I'm gonna just get some rest, sleep it off. I can come back and stream for you guys another time. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Effins, you just shut your mouth. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you all tuning in. See you next time.